In a moment, I'll show you how to make your pages load much faster by giving your website a huge site speed boost. So follow me while I switch over to my computer so you can see ViperCache in action.
Okay, I'm now going to run a speed test comparison between ViperCache and a competitor's plugin, so you can see the raw difference in speed of our product versus what is considered as one of the best on the market. Okay, so this is the website we'll be running the tests on. For this example, we'll be comparing ViperCache with WP Rocket, which is a premium paid product that costs between $39 and $199 at the time of testing. Okay, so I've got both plugins installed, as you can see here. And we're going to use the Pingdom speed test as the results are more consistent than other platforms. But do take into account that all speed tests carried out using web testing apps vary with network traffic. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is run a control speed test on the website without any cache plugins activated. As you can see, it's taken 8.6 seconds to load without any cache enabled. So let's start with WP Rocket and enable it here. I see they have an update, so let's make sure this is running the latest version, and then we're going to leave it with the default settings. And then run the speed test again to see if it works as well as they say it does. So the test is now completed, and as you can see, it has made a great improvement and reduced the load time down to 2.85 seconds. Now let's deactivate WP Rocket and let's activate ViperCache. Again, we're going to be totally hands-off and just enable the plugin's default settings. As you can see, there is no complicated settings in ViperCache. It's literally just one setting, and that's if your website is running SSL or not, so it's very simple. Okay, so now that ViperCache is activated, let's make sure the cache is loaded and let's run a speed test to see the results. As you can see, ViperCache reduced the load time by 450% from the original speed test, and in this test, it performed 77% faster than WP Rocket. Our point in this case is to show that ViperCache is every bit as good as the best caches on the market, and it's much easier to use than other products.
So that's the product comparison. Now let me explain why you should be using it. Now, as you've just seen, Cache is the easiest and the fastest way to give your website a huge speed boost. That's because Cache serves up a ready-to-go page to your browser instead of your server having to work to build every page on each visitor request. You see, this massively reduces your site's server load, which means your pages will load much faster and your server can handle more simultaneous visitors without you needing to upgrade your hosting plan. Now, the problem with conventional cache plugins is that no matter which one that you use, they're terribly complicated with pages and pages of settings. You see, if you just get one setting wrong, your entire site will break. And the most popular free plugins are constantly hacked, which means they're a honeypot to hackers, and that of course is a big security risk to your website. And here's the worst thing about conventional cache plugins, including some of the best paid ones. Say you have a website with 100 pages. Every time you make just one minor text change to just one page, all of your cache pages are automatically deleted. So your server is then tied up rebuilding all of these pages instead of serving your visitors. This is a highly inefficient way to go about things. And this problem gets even worse the more pages you have on your website. And it's especially bad if the product has a cache preloading feature. As you can see, this causes a lot of headaches for webmasters. In fact, there's over 3 million results for the search term problem with cache plugin. So finally, here's why you should trust us. As a company, we like exposing problems which the industry hides and coming up with solutions that give you the edge over your competitors. Now, before we took this product to market, we had hundreds of people using it, including WordPress expert Michael Formby, whose themes are used on over 30,000 websites. Here's what he had to say.
Hi, I'm Mikey Formby, owner of ProStyler Theme and Theme Maker, which is currently being used on over 30,000 websites. Now, my clients build commercial grade websites for their clients, and ViperCache is one of the tools that I highly recommend them to use when it comes to optimizing a website for speed, because it's just so simple to set up and configure. Literally a couple of seconds and your website is optimized. I even use it on my own long form sales page, which gets hundreds of thousands of hits. So for us, ViperCache ticks all the boxes. So check out ViperCache because it really is a must-have plugin. It's something you will use consistently. And once you start using it, you'll never go back and use any other solution again.
Okay, so now you've seen the product, the reason behind it, and why you should use it. So let's recap. With ViperCache, there is no complicated settings. There's no bloated code, so it's super lightweight, secure, and reliable. It uses smart cache clearing, which means there's no needless server load like on other products, which means lower hosting costs for you. So all you need to do to massively speed up your website is set it and forget it. And of course, let's not forget that running faster sites means higher rankings, more traffic, and higher conversions, especially if you're running paid traffic, which means more profit for you. Now we have a special offer on this product for you below, so start running your sites up to 10 times faster with just one click. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you on board.